The Lord knew, and so He put people in my life all along the way that have prepared me to be the person that I was supposed to be today.
Every week, we hit the road to tell the stories of the people, places, and events that make Hunt County great. These are our friends and our neighbors telling their own stories in their own words. Stories worth knowing and sharing. These are the stories that make us proud to call this place home. And around every corner, we find something else that makes us want to celebrate Hunt County. This program would not be possible without the support of our generous sponsors. Thank you.
So I would say that growing up, I was impacted a lot by my mom, who was a single mom. She told me something that I always tell my kids, like if we see someone who's homeless or someone who's in need, we always say, that's somebody's baby, and so we try to help. And one of the things that I really like about Meals on Wheels is that it's an opportunity to go to someone where they are in their home and actually give them something that's actually meeting a real need. It's not what I think they need, it's actually what they need. One of the really rewarding things that I have found in volunteering locally, I had a lady who was on my list, and when I knocked on her door and she opened the door, I thought, wow, she looks really familiar. And I looked at her name and I realized that it was Miss Brown, who was my fourth grade teacher. I remember that my mom had to go have a meeting with her because she was the first Black teacher I'd ever had. She was the only Black teacher I ever had. Her interactions with me were unfamiliar to me. And so I internalized those as her not liking me. And so my mom went and met with her, and she was like, no, she did like me, And when I saw her this time, I was able to say, hey, I'm the Tracy that was in your class in fourth grade. She's in her 80s now. She knew exactly who I was. And I just said, I want to tell you that when I was a child, I really thought you didn't like me because you were Black and I was white. And I want you to know that really your presence in my life impacted me so much. And of course, she didn't know, and I didn't know that I would be parenting Black children one day. I mean, she had no idea, none of us knew, but but the Lord knew. And so He put people in my life all along the way that have prepared me to be the person that I was supposed to be today. With a family where we have different races, and we have birth children and adopted children, which none of that matters in the scheme of how much I love them. It's all the same. But understanding that my children are not little mini versions of just me and my husband, that they're themselves. So trying to see things from someone else's perspective. One of the things our pastor says a lot is that if we're not careful, we have a tendency just to parachute into situations and think we have all the answers for it. And there are lots of reasons why people respond the way they respond to things. I think maybe coming in low and realizing that people aren't always in situations they want to be in because they chose those situations. They're someone's baby, and so they wind up in some situations that maybe they didn't choose. We're all created in His image. So I think looking past what we see on the outside and recognizing someone as like, okay, they are created in God's image. That's a pretty big deal. That it changes how we talk to each other, and it changes how we listen to each other. And so it's a big deal. I am Tracy Fields, and I celebrate Hunt County.
If you liked this story, help us celebrate by sharing it with your friends and family. Our stories appear on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and cable TV on Juice 34. You can also find us online at celebratehuntcounty.com. If you'd like to suggest someone to feature in our program, email your idea to stories@celebratehuntcounty.com. We also want to thank our sponsors for making our storytelling possible. We hope you'll support the hometown businesses that keep Hunt County strong.
Family is very important to us, and that's why we wanted to bring family to our business.
We tell folks that at Home Texas Real Estate, we work as a team and we're all working together to try to sell your house, or we're all working together to help you find the right one that you want to buy.
With At Home Texas Real Estate, it's our family helping your family.